Welcome back, kids. Brain training English workout number 1. It's problem 61 through 75. Think like an ACT English genius. We're in this video here. We're going to do two things. First of all, this is the answers video. We are going to blaze through at lightning speed and get the answers 61 through 75. Then you'll simply correct your sheet and focus in and pay close attention to the questions that you got wrong. Maybe not a bad idea for you to listen to the whole video, since I'm going to be going pretty fast. You'll get an idea of how I got the right answer, and you may learn a thing or two even though you got the right answer. So that's the first part. Let's go ahead and get the answers right away. So lightning speed here. We're going to come over here, correct your page along with me, starting with problem 61. 61, the correct answer is B as in boy on a 62. J. 63 is D as in dog. Next page. Problem 64. 64 here, the correct answer is going to be J. 65 is B. 66, H. 67 is A as in apple. 68, F. 69 is C. Problem number 70 is F. 71, B. And the last one on this page, 72, is answer choice H as in Henry. Next page and final page at the top here, problem number 73, C. 74 is F. Finally, the last problem in this workout is problem 75. It's B as in boy. Go ahead, mark the answers down, correct or incorrect, and we're going to go ahead in part 2 and review all of the problems. Once again, pay close attention to the problems that you got wrong. Make a note, if you do have more questions, feel free to sit down in Professor Tom's Genius Clock and go over these questions with him. Let's review exactly what we did here. Once again, if you did get something wrong, make sure you pay close attention, and if you did get it right, it might be a good idea for you just to kind of think about what I did, try and emulate. All right, going back over here, we're going to take a look at problem number 61 at lightning speed. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would not be acceptable? So the word not, I go ahead and circle that, and we know that in this answer choice here for problem 61, we do not have the option of no change. That means the underlined portion is used correctly, so we'll use this as what we call our base. Since this is a rhetorical skills question, what we can do is we can say this deals with reading comprehension. In reading comp, we already know sentences are comprised of nouns and verbs. When we come back over here, you see in this problem here, the noun is you, I labeled it, and the verb is ask. The stuff that's in between here, we're going to just get rid of it. You ask, okay? You ask. So if you come over here, we were looking for one that's not going to work. It says you asks. Get that out of there. It's not acceptable. 61. Let's go ahead and take a look at 62. 62 here, it's asking you to match this. It's you, one, he or she, or they. So what I did is I simply came up and I looked at what we were talking about above earlier. And in the sentence above, where they're asking us here, boop, it says you. And then the sentence above that, it says you, and you. You matches. 62, just simply match it up by looking at the area above. Let's go on to problem number 63. 63, the first thing that I did is I came up to answer choice A, no change. I saw that there was a comma after subtle and a comma after clues. That means Mr. Chung, comma splice, I crossed it out, and then I read the sentence. Several subtle may come into play. That is an incomplete sentence. Doesn't make any sense. Remember, with Chung, double commas, what you cross out is going to be extra non-essential information about the word before, and when you cross it out, you're still going to be able to make it into a complete sentence. We get that one out of there. Answer choice A is out. The next thing that I did over here is I came over here and I saw there's a comma here, and I see the word but. That reminds me of fanboys. F-A-N-B-O-Y-S. This is an exception to the comma chair. Comma chair says independent clause, dependent clause. And fanboys says that's an exception. It's independent clause, comma, fanboys here in the red box. And we'll have an independent clause over here as well. So if you look over here, you see that we have a comma here. So we need an independent clause in the front. That means the sentence right up to the comma here. Several subtle. That is a dependent clause. That does not work. It violates fanboys. We get that one out of there. Then we come over here where there is a comma here. So we read up to that. It says several subtle but significant clues. That's a dependent clause. And then you read the second part. It's a dependent clause. That violates the comma chair. Independent and dependent clause. We can go ahead and cross that one out. Bye. Come on over here and we take a look over here at this one. It says several subtle but significant clues, and we keep reading to the rest of the sentence, may come into play. That is an independent clause. And then here, suggesting the choice in the case either English, that is a dependent clause. Comma chair on that one for D. We use a little bit of fanboys. We use the comma chair, remember, independent and dependent clause, with the exception of a fanboys where you'll link two independent clauses together with a fanboys starting the second independent clause, 63. Problem 64, if you come over here with problem 64, it's up at the top. And problem number 64, first thing that I did in 64 is I came over here and I checked answer choice G and H because there are commas there. So I read up to the beginning and see if it's an independent clause. These clues may operate independently. That's an independent clause. It says, or several may act together. Another independent clause. Okay, over here it says, so that they signal language choices. Okay, so is a fanboys. Okay, and over here we look, it says this is a dependent clause. We can get that out of there, because that's not going to work. The second part is a fragment, so answer choice H and G are going to be out. They're going to be dependent clauses. Then what we do is we come over here and we take a look at answer choice F. Once again, a period there, dependent clause. We get that out of there. Here is a comma. We read up to the comma and see if that's an independent clause. These clues may operate independently or several may act together. Independent clause here. Then 2 is going to be a dependent clause. J, I just simply used periods, 2 independent clauses. And then also I used the comma chair for problem 64. On to 65. First thing I did over here, I looked and said it's a combination problem here, combo. And this is fairly common here. They're going to combine the its rule with the cars rule because kids get that confused. Over here, the first thing we do is we review our itses. IT apostrophe S means it is. When you read that, doesn't make any sense. We cross that one out. Up here, ITS, it means an animal or an object with possession. Okay, does an animal or an object own and possess something here? Maybe, okay, so we put a dot by that because we're talking about the store, operate independently, clues found in the speakers surrounding, hearing a singer's recording, so it's on a record player. Then we come over here and THEIR is plural possessive, and we want to know what's going on here. It's taking a look over here, the store. The store is what's going on, and we can go back if we have to and look at the previous sentence over here, and it says several subtle but significant clues may come into play, as we suggest in the case of an English or Spanish speaker. Okay, so we're going to see it's the store where they're actually playing the record on the sound system. How did I know that it was the store? Because the sound system is in the store. If you choose the word it's a little bit on the hazy side, and also you see that answer choice C is a little bit hazy. I like this answer choice better because it's still short and it gives you a little bit more clarity as opposed to there. This is plural possessive. That definitely is wrong, and this is an animal or an object that possesses the sound system. Well, the store is a place which kind of falls in that. However, this is just a little bit more specific. That's why I chose 65B. B for that one. On to 66. The first thing that I do is I don't read the sentence over here. I come and I look at the answer choices. In the answer choices, I say right away, structural clues problem. Structural clues problem, it's either together or opposite. So I come over here and it says besides, that's opposite. I come over here for this reason. This reason tells me it's together, sometimes together, and instead will be opposite. If you come over here, it says a bilingual speaker using Spanish, and the speaker's most recent conversation. The conversation, if they're speaking Spanish, is going to be Spanish. Right away, those two sentences are together. And so I cross out J, and then I cross out answer choice F, which says besides. Then I have answer choice H and G. I see which one makes the most logical sense as I plug them in and use my ears. 66 structural clues, kids. Problem 67, I come over here and the first thing that I do is I see answer choice B and C are very long. Answer choice D and answer choice A are short. I think razor blade. When I think razor blade, simple is best. Short answer choices, I see that that's information that we don't necessarily need. So I cross it out. Then I look at answer choice A and D. A is shorter, 1, 2 words, and D has 1, 2, 3, 4 words. Also, it has the word it, which is a hazy pronoun. It's hazy, kids. 2 reasons we can cross that one out, razor blade and hazy. See how I'm using a combination of the rules? On to 68. Which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would be least acceptable? Once again, there is no change. You see the difference between 67 and 68? 67 has no change. 68, they give you what we call the base. You come over here and see where 68 is right here. The word is talking. That means our base is used correctly. So we're looking for something that is not the same thing. We're looking for the one that's wrong. Over here, these are vocabulary words, so think Scooby-Doo from the reading. Why do we say that? This is a rhetorical skills question. In rhetorical skills questions, it's the same as reading. Reading is all about nouns and verbs and Scooby-Dooing them into different vocabulary. Here the word is talking. Communicating is a Scooby-Doo for talking. Conversing is a Scooby-Doo for talking, and chatting is a Scooby-Doo for talking. Those are all the same. We're looking for the least likely one. Make sure you circle this, and speaking together is not talking. Okay, the least acceptable one together adds in new information, so I got that one out of there. 68, F. On to problem number 69. If you look at problem number 69 here, it looks like we have some stuff that's asking us about ly endings. That is basically an adverb. An adverb gives you more information about the verb. Why do we call it an adverb? Because it adds to the verb. Here's a quick example. So here is Jimmy ran. Ran is the verb, it's the action, and fastly would give you more information about how he ran, adverb. Okay, so here's what I did. I made this real simple. I used Mr. Chung's belt buckle necklace. We have prepositional phrases. So what I did is I reduced those sentences down to its bare essentials, nouns, and verbs. Many bilingual teenagers in, that is Mr. Chung's belt buckle necklace, and you know that that's going to separate the noun from the verb. Here's the noun, teenagers, and feel is the verb. Many bilingual teenagers feel more comfortably speaking, or many bilingual teenagers feel more comfortable. Right away, ly ending is out. That means A is out because it sounds weird. And also answer choice D is out. Now it's more or most. It's a vocabulary word that we need to know the difference. Or you can go ahead and use your ears, kids. Use your ears. Many bilingual teenagers feel more comfortable. Many bilingual teenagers feel most comfortable speaking. Okay? More versus most. The correct answer here in this case is more. Most means the most of all. I like soccer the most of all sports in the entire world. Or I like it more than speaking English. So that's how you're going to do that. More and most. Most is probably going to be referring to multiple things, more than two, and more would be comparing two of them. So use your ears or simply know the difference between those two. Most would be more than two objects, and more is going to be two. If you look at problem number 70, problem number 70 says which of the following alternatives to the underlined portion would least be acceptable here. Now, there's no change available for us, so that means that we have our base. Our base is right here, the underlined portion for 70. We see it says Spanish dot comma, the reverse. That's used correctly. So first we want to do is try and figure out what's going on here. So when you come over here, we already know that when we use this, up top here is going to be an independent clause or complete sentence. Down over here has to be a complete sentence independent clause. So anything that makes it into a dependent clause could be crossed out right away. Fanboys. Okay. However, while, however, and but. These are all flag flip-floppers that do the same thing, and unless is the one that feels like it's a little bit different. Over here it says reverse. A flag flip-flopper does exactly that. It reverses. This is something that does something a teeny bit different. Which one is going to be a Scooby-Doo for the word reverse? Right here, you are reversing. I like hot dogs, however, they are not healthy. When they're not healthy, they shouldn't be something that you like. Problem number 70, it's rhetorical skills. So remember, that's like reading comp, Scooby-Doo, #1 rule in rhetorical skills and genius mapping for the reading section. 71 is asking us about the CARS rule. CARS rule, C-A-R-S, C-A-R apostrophe S, C-A-R-S apostrophe. Put your finger over the apostrophe or mini name tag. Look to the left, we see we have one car, and to the right we have the object of possession. One car with possession, the car's doors. Over here you put your finger over the mini name tag, look to the left, multiple cars with possession. So what do we have? We have teenagers, and do teenagers have multiple parents or one parent? Here this is one parent, usually people have parents, which is two, and parents own their own generation, so that means there's plural possessive. Here there is no possession. Here we have to have the parents owning or possessing their own generation. Answer choice B for 71 using the CARS rule. Problem 72, which of the following sequences of sentences makes this paragraph most logical? Step number one, what you want to do here is come up, read this whole paragraph from start to finish, and if you feel like there's any weirdness going in this paragraph, just simply put a dot by where you feel like things are starting to get wacky. Then the second thing that you could do is you could think about the timeline, what happened first and what happened last. And the third thing you can do is you can think about the funnel. Broad information at the top in your topic sentence, and narrow information as you go down. It's going to get more and more specific. That's how I did that. The other thing I used, number 4, I used flag flip-floppers. Here it says consequently. Consequently means there's a result. I feel like a consequence, in order to have a consequence, you have to have what's called an antecedent. That means something has to happen first. So I felt like that sentence was going to have to be, sentence 3 was going to have to be at the end. It can't be at the beginning, wrong. And over here it's in the middle, and over here it's in the middle. So I got rid of that. Use structural clues or flag flip-floppers to help you figure out the paragraph. You got a couple things here. So that's going to be a rearranger formula B. Log it in on your review sheet as that. Finally, we're on to the last 3 questions here. It's the last page. Home stretch, kids. Problem 73, which of the following choices effectively introduces the main topic of the paragraph? All right, main topic of the paragraph here. What we're going to have to do is think about the genius map. It is our topic sentence, and here's our details. The details are going to give you more information that supports the topic sentence. So they want you to go ahead and make a new topic sentence. If you notice here, we are in the last paragraph of the essay. So this is the concluding paragraph. When you come over here, it says generally, okay, come over here, see what we're talking about inside this complete last paragraph. We come over here, spoken in Miami. There's a location there. However, English and Spanish, Little Havana. Okay, we come over here, nevertheless. And combination, the second language, okay, that needs to be changed. So I feel like we're dealing with the location in the city because we've got Little Havana and we have Miami's Little Havana. Location on that one. Finally, that suggests the last paragraph as well. So it's a Formula B. Think about your paragraph. Look at your sentences. Topic sentence at the top, details that will support that. Location is a general topic in our funnel, and then Little Havana is going to be more specific. That is the correct answer for problem number 73. On to problem number 74. If you look at practice problem number 74, the correct answer is F. And why is it F? I came over here and I saw the word in. In is a prepositional throwback word that gives you more information. In Miami is Little Havana. That gives you more information about spoken. Remember Mr. Chung? Mr. Chung, eyes, nose, and a mouth. And he wants to be a cowboy, so he has that belt buckle necklace that has his name on it. His name is prepisan. Sounds like preposition. This is a word that starts a preposition. We could cross it out. It says, it is common to hear Spanish blank spoke or spoken where many Cuban immigrants have blah, 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 blah. Okay? So this is extra information that leads you back to where Spanish is spoken. We never start a preposition with a comma before that. So right away you see there's a comma here in G. Never, never, never put a comma before a belt buckle necklace throwback word. In, of, with. Remember the bee in the bottle. Mr. Chung got stung by a bee who lived in the bottle. Where is the bee? The bee and the location of the bottle. The bee in the bottle, the bee of the bottle, the bee with the bottle, the bee above the bottle, the bee next to the bottle, the bee below the bottle. Those are words that will start prepositions. The bee flew to the bottle. So just think of those words. They're one words, and that starts a preposition. In a nutshell, kids, no commas to separate off prepositional phrases. What's a prepositional phrase? It's extra information that could be crossed out. So remember, no commas. Right away, answer choice G is out because there's a comma there. Answer choice H is out because there is a comma there. Now we're left with answer choice H and answer choice J. Simply use your ears and see what it sounds like. Remember, this is a preposition, so we cross it out. It's common to hear Spanish spoke where many Cuban immigrants have settled, or it is common to hear Spanish spoken where many Cuban immigrants have settled. Okay, spoke or spoken, you can use your ears and see obviously that answer choice F is going to be the correct answer using your ears. On to the last one, practice problem number 75. Which of the following choices would effectively end the sentence and summarize the key point of the essay? Genius map, kids. We are going to make, here is language and decision. Where did I get that from, and how come I was able to blaze through that? Dun, dun, dun. Look at your title. Your title is the big picture. How bilingual speakers choose which language to use. Language, decision. Language to use, language to make a decision. Scooby-Doo. Look at your title. It's as easy as that. If that didn't get you the right answer, what you do is simply go topic, sentence, noun and verb, topic, sentence, noun and verb, topic, sentence, noun and verb, all the way down. Link them together, and then go in your answer choices and look at your different nouns and verbs and see which one gives you the best summarization. So if you have it, it is brain training. Think like an ACT English genius. Kids, go, 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 go. See you in the next one. Bye for now.